Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's genuinely good to have you. Today we're going to be taking a look at a really neat little keychain light that is actually so small you could use it as a zipper pull. Seriously, you could. It is that small, that lightweight. Now, it's called the Spotlight Spark. Spotlight is the name of the company, or the brand name. Technically, it's 12V. At least I think that's what it's called. Hold on a sec. Yeah, 12V Spotlight. That's the name of the company or the brand for this light. Now, the first time I saw this light was several years ago, and I could swear that instead of being called the Spark, it was called the Speck, as in a speck of dust. That's how tiny and lightweight it is. And still to this day, I could swear that it's called the Speck, but apparently it's called the Spark. So a little bit of a Mandela effect with this product. So this is the packaging. This is what you get. Now, for those of you who might be a little confused, especially if you're a flashlight enthusiast like I am, no, that is not a 10180 rechargeable lithium battery. Although from a bit of a distance it does look like it. Though, yeah, a bit of a distance, I could understand how you'd make that mistake. No, this is, well, this particular size and form factor of flashlight nowadays is associated with 10180 lithium rechargeable batteries. This is a significantly older model. It's been around for quite a few years. There's nothing rechargeable about it at all, even though it's not mentioned anywhere on the packaging, unfortunately. This flashlight takes 1.5 volt alkaline button cells, which are stacked together with a protective sleeve. Although you probably could find 1.5 volt alkaline coin cells loose as well, and I'm sure they would work. It's just, yeah, it's just more convenient having them in a sleeve so they don't fall all over the place. So since this doesn't use a lithium rechargeable battery, output is going to be minuscule, but in keeping with what you would normally expect from a keychain light. Yep, 18 lumens, range 20 meters, runtime 2 hours, water resistant, although not waterproof, ANSI FL1. You could use this light one-handed, but it's just easier using two. So again, here's the packaging, front and back. There it is, being used as a zipper pull. Now this does come in several different colors, not just black. So you can get it in other colors. For anything that's hanging off of my keyring, my main keyring, I usually have that clipped to the outside of my belt. I just prefer black. Yeah. So let's take a closer look at the actual light itself. There we go. Yep, I bought two. The price isn't too bad on these, so why not? Okay, much closer look. Okay, this is what you get in the packaging. Name of the brand. Nothing on this side. There's the LED. Yes, it is unprotected. There's no lens whatsoever. But having had experience with these types of keychain lights in the past, it's not an issue. I mean, that LED is fully recessed into the body of the light, as you can see there. So no worries about this falling from your hand and breaking. Although as far as falling goes, that might be a possibility. As you can see, there's some shallow grooves and a blank spot here, logo here, but some shallow grooves that really don't inspire too much confidence or grip. Generally though, not a bad issue. Now, like most keychain lights of this kind, the mechanism is that you loosen the light in order to have it switched off, and then you tighten the light in order to switch it on. And there you go. I'm a little surprised that my camera is not compensating for the output, but that's 18 lumens right there. 18 lumens, that's all you get. Single mode, 18 lumens. The light, well, yeah, the light does rotate a bit easily, which I really don't like. I really don't like. I mean, especially if you're walking around with this clipped to your belt, realistically, your movements could cause this to loosen up just enough that, yeah, the bottom of this light falls out, and so do the batteries. I've had that happen on a different light, exactly the same concept. Not on the Spark, but exactly the same concept. I've had that happen. And it was from a very reputable company. I'll just say it. It was from Streamlight, and they still make that model light. So, yeah. Not too happy about that. But it's not bad. I've had it on my main key ring clipped to the outside of my belt for a while now. It hasn't loosened up to the point that the bottom portion came falling out and the batteries fell out with it. That hasn't happened yet. But this has not spent years on my key ring, or even months. It's only been a very short amount of time. Now here's what I don't like. Take a look at that. Yeah, that's the mount for the clip that's included. Now I do like that. I like the fact that a very tiny carabiner clip is included with the light. But that mount right there, not sure if you guys can see it. Yeah, that mount is rather thin. It's not extremely thin, but it is still rather thin. There you go. There's a good view of it right there. That's how thin it is. Doesn't inspire a ton of confidence, but we'll see if that's going to be an issue. One thing that does bother me a bit is the Carabiner clip itself. As you can see, it's black. I believe this is metal, but it could be plastic. Honestly, I can't tell. This clip is so small, so thin, so lightweight, I really can't tell if the black portion is plastic or if it's metal. I want to say it's metal. I'm leaning in that direction, but I really can't tell. Now, a plastic carabiner clip isn't always a problem, especially if it's well made. But when you have something this small, yeah, I'm really hoping that's metal, not black plastic. Okay, the gate on this particular one, it's a little too loose. I prefer a gate that's a little bit stiffer. Yeah, that to me is a little too loose, but that's subjective, so no issues there. Now, as far as switching on the light itself, I do have to be honest, I do prefer a reversed mechanism, meaning rather than loosen the light in order to switch it off and then tighten it in order to switch it on, I do prefer the opposite method, which I'll admit is not popular in the flashlight industry. Namely, have the head nice and tight when the flashlight is off, and then loosen it a bit in order to switch it on. Now, I believe the only manufacturer doing that is Maglite with their, well, in terms of keychain lights, with their solitaire model. I would honestly, when it comes to keychain lights, I would like to see more of that. Have the head tighten down when the light is off and then loosen it a bit when it's on. That way, if you're carrying it on the outside of your belt, like I do, you don't have to worry about the light loosening up on you and possibly falling out, leaving you without a light. And like I said, I've had that happen to me with a Streamlight model, so I really don't want that to ever happen again. That's a hell of a feeling, let me tell you. But yeah, that's the light. It's very small, very simple. I do like the fact that you get the tiny carabiner clip, and just to show you guys how tiny this thing is, as usual, specs in the description box below, but here's a small size paper clip, something you'll find in any office setting, a small size paper clip. Check that out. Yes, it is bigger than the paper clip, but really not that much bigger. Not that much bigger at all. Overall, so far, I've had it for a short amount of time. I really do like it. Now, you do get 2 sets of batteries, which is nice. Especially with the one I got, because the set that was inside the flashlight was DOA on arrival. So I had to toss that out and put the spare set in the flashlight, and it works. Now, once again, the batteries you get with this little guy are not rechargeable. They are alkaline. And I recently found out that 12V Spotlight has actually discontinued putting out the battery in the protective sleeve. Previously, you could get these 1.5 volt batteries in the protective sleeve for your Spark from Spotlight, but they've discontinued offering the batteries. Now, as far as what I've been able to find regarding the light, this is still made, but there's not a lot of places that carry them. I mean, yeah, you're not gonna find a lot of places that carry the Spotlight Spark. I think one of the main reasons why is because nowadays, flashlight enthusiasts, when we're looking for a light that is this small in this particular form factor, what we're looking for are lights that take a 10180 rechargeable lithium battery, and you can get so much more performance out of one of those. We're talking hundreds of lumens instead of just 18. We're talking multi-modes. Basically, I hate saying this, but unless you want a really simple, reliable flashlight in this form factor that just works, that blends in easily with your main key ring, maybe it's a minimalist key ring, this is really a good choice. But in terms of popularity, no. In terms of output, no. I hate saying this, but lights like the Spark, this size, this lightweight, this form factor, have really become obsolete now that 10180s have arrived, and that's normally what you find inside lights of this size nowadays. So it is obsolete. Not a lot of places carry it. But honestly, if you're looking for one yourself, or you're looking for something that might be a gift for a friend or acquaintance, maybe even a family member, someone who could use a dead simple, reliable light, one output, 18 lumens, you know, this is still a good choice. It's still a good choice. So even though the Spark is obsolete, that doesn't mean you can't use it. It doesn't mean that it's going to fail on you. It just means that it's obsolete. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But overall, from what I've seen in the short amount of time I've had this light, it is reliable. Tracking down spare batteries for it later on might become a bit of an issue, and there is no way that this thing can stand up to a similar sized light, similar weight, that takes a 10180 lithium rechargeable battery. No way. Head-to-head performance, forget it. But on its own, yeah, it's not a bad flashlight. So far, reliable. And it is available in other colors. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of this neat little, heck, downright tiny flashlight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Seriously, please, stay safe. I do care about you guys.